Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Soda Soul Yoga here. Where do I begin? Okay, I know I've been in my. Yes, indeed, I have. It's been a good almost a year. First of all, I had to take a much needed social media break. Social media was a bit much. It was like clouding my judgment. It was too much. So I took a break. And then I'll get more into why I took the break um, a little later. Number two, I relocated. I'm no longer in Virginia. I am in South Carolina now. So that's the big thing. Um, Making the move was I moved here last August, so I've been here almost a year now. First, I can say I really love it. The weather's great. I don't miss the snow in Virginia. um, and yeah, I like the weather. I mean, it's good. I made the move. First of all, I made the move for myself and my kids, mostly for my son. I did some research. All right, I'm back. Not sure what happened. I am in an area where the internet is not very good, so I don't have like a Wi-Fi signal. I don't know if that's interfering with my recording. But anyway, I was just telling you about my move and why I moved down here. My son was having some issues in the public school, and I needed to make some drastic changes. So I decided to do a search on special needs schools and autism in particular. And I found this great school. Um, it's located down here in Lexington. And it's been great. I mean, he's doing like fantastic. He's a complete turnaround. He's getting, everything that he needs. His grades have improved academically. His, you know, anxieties, because he has a lot of anxieties, they've kind of gone down somewhat. Smaller class size means more attention. So, anyway, so that's been a big part of why we are here. Um, but making the move has been some adjustments. I mean, there's been some things that we had to um, sort of get used to when we first moved down here. I have some wonderful friends who allowed us to stay with them for a period of time until um, I was able to get my own place. So I relocated um, from from there to my nice little place down near Lexington, closer to school. So that's exciting. Um, let's see what else. My daughter is still in school, so there's a bit of a commute right now. In the process of getting her together to make her transition to her newest school, which will be down in Lexington. Right now, she's in a different school district, so we're in the process of making some changes with that. So, looking forward to that. If you're hearing any outside noises, there's a at my daughter's school in the carpool lane, and he's doing some leaf blowing, I believe. That's him going past my window. But anyway, what else? What else? What else is going on? Oh, okay. So about the social media break, yeah, I had to like let that go. Like, I haven't been on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, none of those. I had to like take like a pause, like a long pause, and I think it was because um, I felt like it was interfering with my. I don't know. It was too much for my mind to handle. Like, I found myself. I heard this phrase one time from someone. I found myself like uh, mentally hungry and spiritually thirsty. if that makes any sense. And I think it has a lot to do with social media clouding your judgment with like things that are not really as they seem. And I have to say, every time that I've posted on social media, I try to do honest posts. Um, I try not to be fake. I try to make sure that my honesty comes through when I post. Um, but I was just finding that, some of the people you know, or groups that I was following just didn't seem authentic, if you will. So I just had to like step back a bit and like think about like, why am I on social media? What is it doing for me? What is it doing for my mental health? What is it doing for my physical health? What is it doing for me spiritually? So I was following some like really, really cool people. Like, shout out to like at Impeccable Girl. I think that was her name. I have to look it up. I can't. I'll put it in the description box of some of the people that I follow. But I followed a couple of like really, really cool people, like some really cool yogis, and a couple of other people who were on the same spiritual plane, so to speak. I thought they were like my whole spiritual tribe, I guess, if you will. But then um, I just started to see like posts like coming like too often for me to like handle, I guess you could say. Like it was just like way, way too much. Um, and the content was just not where I was at. Like it just seemed unrealistic. Like, uh, okay, for example, like when people post on like Facebook, people are posting like their best moments, like, the coolest moments that are happening in their lives, but they're not like telling you about, their kid just threw a tantrum, a few minutes ago before they posted that really cool picture and they're like super smiley and posy and everything is rosy and everything is great. You know, um, I just felt for me, um, I had to take a step back because I felt that there was something going on with me um, mentally and spiritually that I had to like um, come to grips with because um, raising my two kids, it's both rewarding, but it's also challenging. And especially having a child with special needs can be quite challenging. So again, that takes up a lot of my time. So let's fast forward to like my teaching. So I'm still an avid yogi. But for a while, in August, I think last August, or no, last June or July, was it June? No, it was last May. Last May was my last class that I taught. And I was teaching private yoga in my home studio for a while, and I loved it. It's like my favorite thing on earth to do is to teach yoga and to bring peace, serenity, um, to so many people, to introduce them to restorative and yin yoga. I just love it. I still love it. Unfortunately, I'm unable to practice. I'm not practice, but I'm unable to teach um, right now in the state of South Carolina. I don't have my business license down here yet, and I'm not in a situation where I can teach. I'm in a smaller place, and I'm unable to do the things that I did um, when I was teaching in my home studio. But I did keep up with my meditation practice. And for a few months, about 3 or 4 months, I kind of got, sidetracked and I didn't do meditation like on a daily basis. But now I'm back in the swing of it. Like, hold on, guys, I'm going to turn off my car. There was a guy who was doing his cutting the grass outside, so I had my windows up and my air on, and I want to conserve energy. So I turned off my car. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so yeah, so like I'm not teaching professionally anymore. Although I did,
I am
go to my
still
son's
teaching
school and
yoga.
they asked me to teach a kidding
It's
around yoga
that
class,
I'm
and
just not
that was
teaching
fun, and the
privately.
kids loved it. So
So
I'm
that's
hoping
what I meant
that I'll
when
be
I
able
said
to
by I'm
bring
not teaching
some more yoga classes to
yoga in Virginia. I still
his
have my license. It's just
his
that I'm
school,
just not
because
teaching
the kids really, really
on
loved it.
a
And I like
private
teaching yoga
level
to
any
kids, but I
longer.
also like teaching it to adults as well. So, however, the universe decides to bring that to me, I'm open. So, yeah, so that's where I am on my teaching journey. Those of you who were following me on Instagram, yeah, I took a long pause. Yeah, I had to take a much needed break. Um, yeah, it wasn't giving me what I needed. Um, I found myself, and I don't know if some of you do this, but I found myself like getting like wrapped up in the whole. I have to take a picture or take a video of every single thing, and I wasn't like really, really in the moment or in the journey, if you will. So I was like, this is just not me. This is not who I am. Like, I like to enjoy life, and I like to like see things and um, feel things in real time. And what I was doing when I was doing Instagram was, I don't know if people know it, but those of you who are on Instagram, it can be nerve wracking because you're trying to get the perfect shot. Um, you're trying to get the perfect pose, and a lot of times when you're trying to take those photos, you're not really in the moment. And since I've been on Instagram, I've it's allowed me to like be in the moment, like be in life. Like there was this one time, my kids and I were in the car, and this is a time when they were not arguing with each other, which is rare these days. But they weren't arguing, and we were driving. We were on our way to school, and the sun was just coming up over the horizon, and it was a moment of quiet for a second. And my son says to me, he says, "Mommy, look." He says, "The sun's coming up, and it's so pink and pretty." And I thought to myself, and I was like, yeah. And I said to him, I said, yeah. I said, that is beautiful. I was like, wow. I was like, nature is just so beautiful. Now, if I would have been like social media absorbed or like really, into like posting stuff, I wouldn't have looked at the sun with such awe because I would have been so busy trying to snap a picture or do a video like, look what I saw today, or look at this, look at what I took, and not really been in the moment. And there's been many moments like that that I've had with my kids. Like there was this one moment, like I'm really trying to teach my kids about getting into like different music genres, and I have a love for the violin. Like from classical um, to hip hop. With the classical twist to it. So anyway, I've introduced them to a couple of artists. Like there's this one that I follow on Spotify. Um, his name is Black Violin. There's a couple of other ones on there, but anyway, they really really like it. And so there was this one day we were at the store, and there was this gentleman who was playing this beautiful violin. I mean, he was just serenading. He had like his amp, and he had an electrical violin, and he was just strumming along and just playing these beautiful melodies, and it was sort of like uh, hip hop with a classical twist to it. And my daughter was with me, and we were just like so absorbed in his playing. And I think he was playing because I think he was in need of um, some help because he had fallen down on his luck, and needed some help. So he had a hat out or whatever, saying that he needed some help, and if we could help him out. And so I did give him a little bit, but Anyway, the point I'm trying to make about this whole story is that if I would have been absorbed in social media instead of listening and absorbing the moment and being in the moment, I probably would have not listened to the music and like been in the moment. I would have been so busy on my phone trying to capture the moment and not physically have been there. And then I wouldn't have been able to give my daughter the lesson that I gave her that day, which was, um, some people lose their jobs and some people are one paycheck away from, not having a home or, not having their house or, things like that. So it was a teachable moment. And a lot of times when you're on social media, you know, you don't have those moments where you can teach because you're so busy trying to capture the moment. Like I saw a story one time about someone who was like in a fight or some sort of a brawl. And so they were like, I think it was two girls who were beating up on each other, and they were like really, really into the fight. And then instead of someone saying, let's try to like, um, break this up or, help these girls out, somebody had taken out their phone and they were just, capturing the moment or whatever and putting it on Facebook Live. It's like, I don't know. I I'm like, where's our compassion? Where is the sense of, trying to help someone and not be so into your phone and absorbed in just, I don't know, just pure, I don't know, just pure nothingness. I don't know. I can't even think of a word for it. It's just, I don't know. We're just too obsessed with it. So that's why I took my break. Um, and we're absorbed with likability. Like, how many likes can I get? Or how many likes did I get on this post? Or, did they like this pose? Or did they not like this pose? Or why did they say such and such about this pose? And yeah, like I got, for a minute there, I got caught up in that. And I was like, this is not what I'm about. Like, I love yoga. And the purpose of me getting on like Instagram and Facebook was so that I could introduce people. Sorry, it's this. Introduce people to what I do and why I love what I do. What it means to me um, to like really bring yoga to people. I mean, that's why I was on there. And at this point, I don't even know if I'm like, if I'm ready to bring myself to go back to Instagram or Facebook. But I have been thinking about getting back to teaching. Like, I've been practicing yoga, and I have some new videos that I'd like to bring to you. And I'm like really, really now into chair yoga. Like, I am like obsessed with it. And for those of you who think, oh God, chair yoga, like how can you like get a workout with that? Seriously, you can get a really, really good workout. I'm doing chair yoga. Like, you're working your abs, you're working your arms, you're working your legs. Like, you can get a full workout sitting on your chair. So look for that. As soon as I can figure out this editing deal. I tell you, editing is not my thing. Like, when I shoot these videos, just so you guys know. I think that's another reason why it takes me so long to like record these videos, is because I don't know anything about editing. And like, I just like like showing you yoga and bringing you the classes, but trying to record the videos and all that, it's challenging, to say the least. But anyway, I plan on bringing you that video soon. I did download a couple of editing apps, and I'm going to try them out so I can bring a couple of the classes to you. So, what else? Oh, I for right now, I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to come on here to talk about. And I know that this was like a rambling video, and it really didn't have like any kind of structure. But I mean, this is where I am. So I like to bring honesty to my videos, and truth. So I'm being truthful. So if I'm rambling, I mean, that's just where I am right now. I don't, there was no, I just wanted to just come and just like let you know where I am, what I'm doing, and to let you know that I still like this channel. And I hope some of you, um, who are still hanging on as some of my followers and who enjoy, you know, coming to my channel. I know some of you have inquired about where I've been. Shout out to at Rashad. I can't remember your whole call letters, but anyway, shout out to at Rashad, who was one of my most dedicated YouTube watchers. I hope you're still out there. I'm good, and just wanted to just come on and just let you guys know that you know, I'm in a better place, and I'm getting there. I'm not all the way there. You know, I'm still a work in progress. And those of you who know, if you're on a spiritual journey, that it's a work in progress. That, you know, it's not all, you know, Om Mani Padme, me, hum, and you're sitting underneath this tree and you're meditating in lotus position and you're just, you know, in this continuous bliss. No, it's not like that. I mean, on some days it is. Some days I can really get into my meditation. I'm like, ah, yeah, this is where it's at. This is the sweet spot. But then there are days where it's like you just want to pull your hair out. So I have many of those. You know, I am working on some things, but as many of you know, I mean, many of the greats who have been meditators have gone through like really difficult situations, and the difficult situations is where it brings you into more of yourself. I'll say, you know, brings you to that point where you're like, okay, this is why I do what I do, and it keeps me on my toes and it keeps me honest. So that's why I've decided to get back on here, because I wanted to be honest with you and to let you know that I'm still here and I still love to teach. There are some things that I did change, like I did make some dietary changes. You know, I was a vegan for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh gosh, almost 7 years. I was a vegan. I changed that, so I am still mostly plant-based, but I add fish 3 times a week because I felt like, for me, and this is not, you know, you know, I don't mean no disrespect to anyone who's still a vegan. I still have a respect for animals. I try my best when you know, when I get my fish, that it's from a source that's, you know, either wild caught, and it's not farm raised. You know, I do my best. A lot of times, I mean, I may not come across the best type of fish, but I mostly like to eat like wild caught salmon. Occasionally, I might have some. I think today I made some flounder. But anyway, yeah. So I added fish to my diet about 3 times a week, and I found that adding the fish has helped me. It's helped me physically and mentally, because I felt on a full plant-based diet, even though I was eating lots of fruits and lots of vegetables, that there was something missing. So my body was telling me that there was something missing, that I needed some extra protein. So those of you who are following me for my vegan insights, I still love all of you. And I still am mostly plant-based, but I did add fish back into my diet because it's better for my body. If you're still vegan, or some of you who are, shout out to you if you're a pescatarian like I am. Um, you have to do what works for you. And if being a vegan works for you, that's great. Or if adding fish, chicken, whatever it is that you feel that your body needs, I think that it's okay to add whatever you need. So I still would like to share, like, recipes that are vegan, because I still like to bake um, with no dairy, because I don't have any dairy in my diet. I don't do dairy. I just I still don't eat chicken or red meat or yeah. So chicken, no beef, but I do dabble in fish. So that's the update about my diet. So let's go back. I've updated you on why I've been missing. I recently made my move down here to South Carolina, and I am still teaching, but not teaching in my studio any longer. And anyway, yeah, so that's what's been up with me. If you have any comments or suggestions on um, things that you'd like for me to talk about, because there's a couple of subjects that I'd like to touch on, like especially like about meditation and stuff that I've learned along on my spiritual journey. Oh, one last thing. I found this really, really cool app that I'm like really, really digging now. Okay, since I moved down here, when I first moved down here, like I found this like this meditation place. It's I think it's like a Buddhist temple. Well, not quite a temple, but it's Buddhist based. But anyway, I really, really wanted to go, and I was finding like I couldn't get to the place because I didn't have time, because it was all about time. Like, it's just me and my kids, and I don't have like, a sitter. Like, that's like the big thing. So I was like, I want to go meditate and be among people and like, get that whole vibe again. So I have something like, I think just as good or even better. It's something called Journey Live. JourneyLive. It's in the App Store. I don't know. I think it's in the Apple App Store. But anyway, it's really cool. Like, you get a chance to meditate with these teachers. They're certified meditation teachers, and they meditate with you live, which is like really, really cool. So like, you're in this community of people who meditate, and you find different times of the day to meditate: morning, afternoon, evening. You pick a time, pick a teacher that you'd like to join, and you join, and it's actually interactive. So you're like on there with like different people. Gotta excuse that's the lawnmower out there. Anyway, you're on there with like a bunch of people. You're like conversing back and forth. The teacher, whoever you're following, they may give you a shout out for returning to class. You can make comments about, what's going on in your meditative practice, and so on and so forth. But anyway, I'm super excited about that. It has like allowed me to be more present in my practice, and made me more accountable, and wanting to do it on a consistent basis, because sometimes it gets hard. Meditation, like anything, or an exercise or a diet, it's hard to get back into the practice, like once you've like taken a break. Like, life gets busy and life sucks. Life is shitty sometimes. Let's just be, excuse my French. It's shitty. So there are times when you sit down on that cushion or whatever, or you sit down on that pillow or whatever, and you're like, I ain't into this. I ain't feeling it. And you have to like take yourself there. Like you like really, really have to like get yourself there. And your mind is going. And even though like, I've been meditating for, gosh, I don't know, 8 plus 10, almost 10 years now. I've been meditating quite some time, but my mind is still busy. It's still a monkey mind. It's still all over the place. Sometimes there are days when I'm sitting in meditation at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm already thinking about what I need to do at 6:30 or 10 o'clock. What I'm going to be making for dinner for the day. So it's a muscle, and you have to like keep working with it. Otherwise, you'll lose it. So anyway, I like the app. It's called Journey Live. Check it out. It's really, really cool. I'm on there as my real name. I'm not on there as Soul to Soul Yoga. So if you're looking for me, I'm on there at Shawon, SHAWONB, and the two teachers that I really, really like are one is at Amanda. I'm not sure of her last name, but I think she's on Instagram. And there's another young lady at Cheryl, SHERYEL. Anyway, those are the two teachers that I'm very, very fond of. But there's many more on there. You can pop on and meditate. You know. At any time you'd like. There are some live classes, and then there are some classes that are pre-recorded. So anyway, thought I'd pass that along to you because I thought it was really cool. Oh, and another app, since we're on the whole app thing, there's another one that I've checked out. Okay, so I'm a yoga teacher, I'm a mom, but I'm very, very busy. And as much as I would like to get to a yoga studio, like I used to, where I got my certification back in Virginia. Shout out to At Latitude Yoga. I love that place. Katie's my girl. Anyway, I was practicing there, and I would like go there every single day. That was like my fix. Like, I was there at 9 o'clock, sometimes 11 o'clock. I love that place. But anyway, life happens. I can't get to the yoga studio like I used to. So there's another app that I like. It's called Daily Yoga. It's at Daily Yoga, DAILYYOGA, and you can find that in the App Store. But anyway, they're not live classes, but most of the teachers on there, I like their styles. They're easy to follow, and their cues are really, really good. And they have a premium package, I think, and then they also have like a free version. I think I'm signed up as a premium. But anyway, when I need my dose of yoga and I want to practice along, and I don't like really want to think about, doing my own routine. And sometimes, even as a teacher, you just want to just like close your eyes and like go into your own practice, just like I do when I meditate. You don't want to have to like think about like, creating a routine. You just want to just be with your breath, be with the asanas, be with the poses, and just flow. So anyway, that one's called at Daily Yoga, and the other one's called at Journey Live. Both of those are really, really great if you're trying to improve your meditation skills, or you're wanting to improve your yoga skills. So those are two really, really great apps. So yeah, so that's what's going on right now. There are some things that I'm looking to work towards getting some more certifications. I'll update you on that, a little later. But I'm putting it out there in the universe about some of the things that, I'd like to accomplish, or, eventually do. But just trying to live in the moment, really. Just trying to live in the moment, allow myself to not be so caught up in the day-to-day stuff, not get caught up in the noise of social media and what people are doing, and the FOMO, fear of missing out. I don't miss out on nothing. to be honest. I'm not missing anything. I like that I was off for a while, but I'm happy that I am, here to tell you about what's going on with me. And those of you who are still hanging on as a subscriber, shout out to all 17 of my subscribers if you're still around. It's good to see all of you, and thank you for tuning in. And if you have any comments or anything that you'd like to share, that anything that's been going on with you, please share in the comments below, and let me know what's going on, and anything you'd like to add. Like I said, I'll be working on editing my next couple of yoga videos. And also a shout out to any of my new subscribers. If you're a new subscriber, I think there was a young lady. I'm gonna mess up her name. She's so pretty. I follow her on another meditation site. It's called Insight Timer. That's a free one. She's really, really sweet. Her name is at Marai something. Anyhow, she's a really sweet girl. She saw me on the site, and I told her about my channel, and she's really, really interested in my teaching, and she wanted to learn more about yoga, and she wanted to, get more information about her yoga journey, and wanted to find out more about my channel and what it is that I do on here. So welcome. I think she was from India, I want to say. Anyway, welcome. So glad to have you here on the channel. So anyway, and those of you who have wanted to tune in and haven't seen me for a while, welcome back. And for me, I'm glad that I had this time to share with you. And sorry for being so long-winded, but I wanted to get everything out and to keep you guys in the loop and to let you know how I am. So I'm going to end this video. Give it a thumbs up, or tell me how you feel in the comments below, and I will link in the description box the apps that I talked about, and any other things that we talked about will be in the description box. Again, this video did not have any sort of didn't have any sort of structure, any sort of order. I just kind of wanted to just come on and just speak my truth. So I hope that everybody is well on this Friday, and it is swelteringly hot here in South Carolina, so I'm sweating a little bit. But anyway, it's hot, but it's good. So I'm wishing everyone well on this wonderful Friday. Wishing you a wonderful weekend, and hoping everyone is well, and talk with you soon. Namaste, everyone.